Now, mixed results.
When we think of the game of golf, many picture a relatively boring sport played by predominantly white, upper-class, conservative males considered anything but cool and hip. We're at the VH1 Fairway to Heaven golf tournament, and maybe it's time to take a closer look. Boy, have things changed. Joined by Craig Stadler. Craig, haven't seen you on tour in a while, but you show up at the Fairway to Heaven golf tournament. What's that all about?
I haven't been on tour in a while. Actually, I've had the last month off, and for the most part, the next 3 months off.
How do you feel? You look great.
Feeling good. I've
God.
take now.
Okay, how you feeling, Craig?
Wow. Nerves of steel.
They do things a little differently here, don't they?
Jesus.
The look and the game of golf is changing, and it's bringing diverse personalities together you wouldn't think could coexist on the same planet, let alone the same golf course. I'm joined by Mark Calcavecchia and Brett Michaels of Poison. What are you guys doing in the same event?
I'm here because Mark's here. That's the only reason I'm here. That and Save the Music program, of course.
It's a fantastic event, isn't it? It really is neat to bring all these people together.
Well, it's a thrill for me, getting to hang out with as much as I enjoy music. In my tour bio, I list music as my top #1 hobby. So getting to meet guys like Brett and all these other people out here is great.
Game's really changed over the years. You didn't see this kind of thing a few years ago. That's cool. Play golf.
Well, you know what? I found it strange because I grew up and amongst loving music, I raced motorcycles, I did all this stuff, but I always loved to golf, right? I know my dad loves to golf, right? And I always thought it was strange that they sort of had this image when we were first coming out that if you were a guy who was into rock and roll, you couldn't golf. And I'm like, who made up these rules? Because I love going out and playing golf. I'm like, and eventually I think the world just came around to it. People just came out and said, like me and Alice Cooper, and people just said, you know what, we like to go out and play sports, whatever the sports are, like Dan Patrick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love Dan Patrick, and so I'll shut up now and let Mark speak. But having said what my point was, is I love golfing, and I don't care what anyone says. I love rock and roll and doing my thing. This is great.
It wasn't cool to play golf a few years ago. I know even when you started playing, I'm sure it was cool to play football and basketball. Golf was...
Yeah, golf was a little bit of a nerdy sport, no doubt, but that is a great thing about it now. I mean, you come out here and the rock and roll guys play, and all the other professional athletes I know, they can't wait for the season to get over so they can get out and play some golf. So this is where it's at.
People laying out.
Now, you say you got a hat like this for Mark?
I got a hat like this for Mark.
I'm gonna wear it at the Tour Championship.
You got it.
You're gonna wear this hat at the Tour Championship?
Yeah, maybe.
It's a turf wear hat. It'll look odd.
Yeah, you could carry it.
It actually looks pretty cool in it, I think.
Carry around a hat and a mat and practice off of this.
Looks good. Now, you'll wear that in the Tour Championship.
It's durable. I might have to get a little bigger one. This is a little small for my big old head, but I'll bring it out on the back 9 on Sunday.
We'll get you one made.
I'm here with Jim Colbert. Jim, what are you doing in this event?
What am I doing? I'm a Las Vegas resident, and when it's happening like this, got to be here.
I never had a lot of money, never made much sense. Been chasing bunnies like a donkey overlooking my rent.
Are you a big music fan?
Of course. I got these grandkids. I actually know some of the rappers' names and everything from having the grandkids.
Golf's changed in a big way in the last few years. It's really cool to play golf now, isn't it?
It is cool, and the growth in the sport is, Tigers have been a big help, but it's really the entertainers and the sports celebrities. Every time they stick a mic in front of them, where you going? I'm going to the golf course.
Wow. Good, I'm with Dan Patrick. Dan, the golf game, how is it?
Well, I think you just documented it. I think people can see for themselves, and I'd like to apologize. I know nothing about what I'm doing.
Well, the swing's not bad. It just looks like there's a couple of little moves at the top and maybe right at impact that maybe need to be corrected a little. You might read the new book I just published called 12 Things to Think About at Impact.
Did you actually ride a buck?
I've heard you do a jack buck before.
Yeah, I'm a jack buck. Yeah, jack buck.
And
they're not gonna get him.
and
So you do this as well as I play golf?
yeah.
That would be called a touche, you know?
Yeah.
You see, you give me a little grief about the swing.
Let's work on your game a little bit. Let's take a look at this swing.
All right, here we go.
The only good thing that's creeping in steady. He almost had 50, but this one's mine. Japanese comment is such a pity. Yeah, he had radio 6 feet by. Main machine! Main machine! My daddy said, son, you don't drive, drink.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah, I know it is, but that's what I want you to do, is stay behind this. It's way better. It's way better, yeah. I'm joined by Jane Seymour. Jane, the VH1 Fairway to Heaven. What are you doing here?
Playing golf. I love to play golf. I know it's surprising to most people. They don't think I do, but I do. The most wonderful thing is I can play golf with my 4-year-olds. I can play it with my 15-year-old son. I can play it with my husband. I can play it with all kinds of really interesting people from all over the world, and I do. And it's not something that you have to compete with someone else for. You just constantly trying to get better yourself.
Great to have you here, and you look absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm going to have to hit it correctly because in red, you know, I won't be missed.
Main machine! Main machine! My daddy said, son, you don't drive and you're drinking. Main machine! Main machine!
What a hole! Back up. How's your singing voice?
Oh gosh, my wife doesn't even let me sing in church.
Any favorites here in the music world?
Well, I better go with Bon Jovi since I'm playing with the drummer and the keyboardist.
Now, give me all your money. Sometimes I drive slow, sometimes I drive quick. Main machine! Main machine! My daddy said, son, you're gonna drive.
Joined by Chris DeMarco and Edwin McCain. Chris, a win recently. What are you doing here?
This is fun, man. This is what it's all about. This is drink a few beers and play golf. That's what it's all about.
How's your golf swing?
My golf swing is about like his singing voice. You know, I want to be a caddy. I mean, literally, I'll study up, man. I'll really figure out what it is I need to do for you.
I don't think I can afford you, though.
No, you can afford me. I want to be a caddy on the tour. That's all I want to do. I mean, just for 6 months or something.
6 months?
Hook me up.
With golf evolving from a conservative game of the ages to a rage for all ages, where Generation X can finally let its hair down, look for the game and the face of golf to continue to change in a big way.